what's funny, dog? Cardi B, like, maybe we met in past life, but I know a little girl that looked just like her. Like in that picture that she took, like in DR. I swear to God, she was super annoying. Dog.
Hey guys, welcome to sBLitz. Your boy Rob.
Your boy Zay.
We're about to talk about the trendingest things right now in the sports world. Some things we talked about last time on our prelude. Who's having a good summer league right now? And obviously, there's a good couple candidates out there. You got DeAndre Ayton, Trae Young in his last couple games been balling out. You know, Lonnie Walker the fourth been doing all right. Obviously, some other players stepping up. Marvin Bagley, even though he had a little bit of an injury. Jose, who's stepping up right now in your opinion in the summer league? Who's having a good summer, and who's gonna blow it up next year in the regular NBA season?
Well, a few players have looked very outstanding. Colin Sexton, you know, top pick for Cleveland. He looks like the real deal. I'm glad because they don't need some type of talent out there. They don't have nobody besides Kevin Love. So it's good that they got a decent future point guard. I mean, he looks Kyrie-esque. Not to put too much hype on him, but he definitely looks Kyrie-esque. When Kyrie first came into the league, you know, we didn't know what to expect, but he scored off rip, you know, and I feel like Colin Sexton's going to be able to score off rip. Is he going to distribute as much? He's going to play some good defense. We don't know yet. That's, to be determined, but it definitely looks like he's going to score. Lonnie Walker, the fourth, San Antonio pick, number 18, from Miami, from the U.
Hey.
That boy straight up balls, man. I'm sorry, man. That boy got hops. He's a bit of a ball hogger. I feel like but you know what? That works sometimes in the NBA. You know, your whole thing is to be go-to scorer, and I feel like he definitely is going to become a go-to scorer, especially with San Antonio. You know, Popovich is going to, milk everything he has out of him. He's going to become the ultimate pro over there in San Antonio and the ultimate team player, which I feel he was lacking a little bit here in Miami. You know, maybe he needs a little more discipline, but definitely the talent is off the roof with this guy. I mean, it's insane. Definitely, you saw that he had this one monster jam coming off from like 3-point line, almost baseline, came out, dunked it with your right hand. I mean, it was very, 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 very.
He gets up there.
No, it's phenomenal. The guy, is a great athlete. And then I have a dark horse pick over here that people, I feel like they're sleeping on him a little, and he was a little of a come up. Number 7 overall, Wendell Carter Jr. He's gonna be they have him as a power forward. I feel like he's a power forward, more center in the NBA. The dude is straight up baller. Along with him and what's the guy from last year, Lauren Markkanen? Yeah. I mean, Wendell Carter's gonna be your typical 5 where he could play that D, get you the rebounds, and you got Markkanen playing the stretch forward position. I like the way they complement each other. And don't get me wrong, that guy Carter, he could shoot the 3 as well. He should, he could go out there and be
Joel Embiid.
I don't know if he's gonna be a superstar like Joel Embiid.
Well, I'm giving you the just.
Well, I mean, yeah, he could shoot it like Joel Embiid somewhat, yes.
Karl Anthony Towns, maybe.
Yeah, he could definitely shoot it. He could put it up there, Like, is he gonna be an all-around superstar like Joel Embiid? Maybe not, but I mean, I feel like he's gonna definitely get up there. Maybe not be a superstar, but he could be a solid all-star. Multiple all-stars, maybe a star in the league. I mean, the guy has great potential, and I like the pick for Chicago. One thing, let's low key, and I'm kind of mad about this because they're the Bulls and then playing the East, but Chicago's kind of building a nice little squad there.
I was just gonna get to that point. I got their starting lineup right here. You want to hear it?
Go ahead.
You got Chris Dunn at point guard, Zach LaVine at shooting guard, Jabari Parker at small forward. Remember they signed Jabari.
Yeah, they just recently signed Jabari.
Right.
Here's the thing: those two guys are the question marks right there.
If they stay healthy, you mean, or if they perform?
If they stay healthy. Health is the main concern with them.
Especially Jabari,
because they miss so much time with injuries. But are they gonna be efficient? Are they gonna be able to play together? LaVine's like a volume scorer. I feel like Parker is could also become a volume scorer. I mean, I don't know. Are they gonna be able to coexist all together? Does somebody have to move to the bench right now? Like, that's a few questions to be answered, and that's just why you have all this time right now. But yeah, there's those two guys. If they play to their potential, they got a pretty solid squad, bro. I mean, along with Markkanen and I'm guessing Carter Jr. is going to be the starting 5.
That's the projected starting lineup right here for the Bulls.
Well, because they still got Lopez. They still got Robin Lopez. So he could still be a starter for them, and be quite honest. He's a solid NBA player.
Yeah, especially your first year in the NBA.
But yeah, you maybe want to learn a little bit.
Right. Put him on the bench for a little bit.
The talent is definitely there for him to overtake Robin Lopez.
And especially looking down the stretch. I mean, right now you're paying this guy a rookie contract compared to, Robin Lopez if he gets paid. These players right here, the average starting age for that lineup right there, 22 years old.
222.
You're a coach and you're in the organization. You're liking where this young team is going, especially since LeBron left the East, obviously.
Well, yeah, like I said, now everybody in the East Coast is going to have an easier path. How about the Celtics? they gotta beat either Golden State or LeBron to win the championship. They don't gotta beat Golden State and LeBron, because before they had to beat LeBron in order to make it to the finals, and then they would have to beat Golden State in order, to win the finals. Now they just gotta go through either or, because one of them is gonna take either out. The East is up for the taking. I feel like Boston got this in the bag for the most part. So I mean, they're probably ecstatic right now about everything that has happened over there in the East.
I'm glad you brought that up. They actually asked Jaylen Brown how he felt about LeBron leaving the East. You know what he said?
What'd he say?
He was a little mad that LeBron left the East because he wanted to be the one to take him down.
I like
Jaylen.
Jaylen,
I love your competitiveness.
We need more people like you, Jaylen. You're the real deal.
I love your competitiveness, Jaylen, and I love your competitiveness. Donovan Mitchell, you pretty much said the same thing. But let me ask you this: you had the position when you had him this season. This is when you found him the lowest of the lows. You're not gonna find him this low again. I'll let you know right now. Okay?
Find who this low?
LeBron's team.
Well, they still made it to a final, so you're saying they're going. I mean,
yeah, but look at the team they made it with. Would you not? Okay. Would you not say the Celtics?
Once again, that team that they made it with is better than the team that he has right now in LA.
Okay, but would you not say the Celtics were a better team than the Cleveland Cavaliers in the postseason?
Well, no, because if they would have had Kyrie and Gordon Hayward, yes, they would have been the better team.
But without them.
No, they weren't the better team because LeBron James was on the other team.
Right, but we're talking about one player overall.
Oh, that one player makes a big difference, Robert.
Overall.
That one player makes a big difference.
Well, it doesn't make a big difference.
That one
Last
player
time in the podcast, you said that he wouldn't make the playoffs anyway. So, which
that
by the way, Steve, don't forget we're cashing out on that 20 Jose made a bet on. Yeah, so cha-ching.
Bullshit.
Shout out my boy Jose.
Bullshit.
Lost $20 bet.
Bullshit.
Love it. Probably spend out on this anyways. But what I'm saying is, right.
Bullshit.
But what I'm saying is, I felt like the Celtics had obviously LeBron's the best player in the world. I just felt like overall they had a better spread team. Comes to coaching, defense. They had home court advantage.
If you take LeBron off Cleveland, let's say we're talking 2K stats. You know how they give you all the team is so 84 overall. Let's say you take LeBron off Cleveland, that team drops down to like 69 overall, dude. Like, I mean, LeBron plays that big of a role.
Huge.
So yeah, so like, even though you said Boston had a better team, LeBron makes a big difference. LeBron alone, without them having Hayward and Kyrie, who would have been a superstar to match up with LeBron, bucket for bucket. Yeah, Cleveland has a better squad just for the fact that they had LeBron, who could go out there and dominate anybody single-handedly. You feel me? Now, if Boston would have had at least either Kyrie or Hayward, either or healthy, I agree with you in that statement that Boston would have had a better team because now they would have had a starter, challenge LeBron. And, if LeBron goes and scores, I could go and score for you as well, so.
All I'm saying is, Jaylen Brown, you had your opportunity.
I still like the competitive fire, Jaylen Brown. You're the real deal. I like you, man.
Good for you, bro.
Between you and Tatum, you guys have a bright little future ahead of you. And it's scary me being a Heat fan. But, this is what the NBA is all about. I want parity.
Yeah, if they keep him on the team.
We need parity. Please, NBA, bring some freaking parity into the freaking league. We need this already. Like, it's insane. But, yeah, man, I like the competitive fire. We need people like that.
Here's the next point I was going to talk about. Obviously, in the NBA draft, we have these players who are doing well. People who got what we call snubbed or overlooked. Jose, who's your take? Who do you feel like who do you feel got overlooked in the NBA draft this year?
Grayson Allen, bro. And I know a lot of people dislike this guy, and especially him coming from Duke. He's probably the most hated player from Duke since JJ Redick. That's saying a lot because Redick was hated. He has all this controversy, tripping people, doing all types of obnoxious stuff. But the dude is a straight up baller. I called this when he was drafted. I was talking to people at work, they were saying,
I don't know, man. He's such a, dick and all this and all that.
Is he going to be able to put everything together in the NBA? I mean, the guy has talent. He oozes talent, to be quite honest. He has hops.
He was
out there throwing down. You saw Donovan Mitchell challenge him to throw some dunks down. He threw the windmill. He did a 360 or something like that. The guy has hops.
He got grit.
He could shoot the three, and he could distribute the ball. He's a good all-around player. Him and Mitchell are going to be something to see, to behold in the league next year, to be quite honest. And Grayson Allen's going to be a rookie, getting his feet wet. But I feel like he's so advanced being a 4-year player at Duke and playing for one of the greatest coaches of all time in the college game.
Right.
I feel like he's definitely ready, more so than, let's say, Colin Sexton, who was a freshman, got left after his first year. I feel like Grayson Allen will be able to transition a lot smoother into the rotation. And I feel like he's going to contribute, especially to a playoff team, because I said it, and I'll say it again. Utah will be the number 3 or number 4 seed in the West. They will be way better than the Lakers, and Grayson Allen is going to be the reason one of the main reasons, besides Donovan Mitchell, one of the main reasons he's gonna be that they are better than the Lakers. Grayson Allen, please prove me right.
Grayson Allen, I just want to see some more scrappiness from you, some more grit.
No.
Every time I watch that man play, I'm excited to watch. Just no technicals or no ejections. That's all I'm asking for.
Rob, if you get more scrappiness and more, it's exactly what's going to lead to, more technical. The guy has a reputation already.
Okay.
He's coming into the league with a reputation. So right now what he needs to do is put his head down, work, grind, not say nothing to nobody, and do your thing. Now, if somebody tries to punk you, are you going to let yourself get punked? Not at all.
100%.
But, I feel like he's coming in with his reputation. That, let's say, it took Draymond Green a couple years to get in the NBA. You see how the reputation...
Still trying to get it.
Yeah, he shows you. Like... I mean...
He's still working on that shit.
Absolutely, but... Grayson Allen, if he comes in and he starts to act the same way that he did in college, in the NBA, he's just going to get hella technicals and he's going to eventually get, suspended for X amount of games.
And lose money.
Nobody wins there. His team loses and he's losing money too. So, like... Come in, put your head down and just get to work and grind away, bro. Like, now year 2, year 3, you got a little more leeway, I guess, because you got a better following of fans and stuff like that. People like you a little bit better. Now, it's been 2 years, 3 years removed from college. You haven't done nothing stupid. Now you could go back and act a little, more, what can I say?
Reckless.
I guess. Yeah, reckless. Do the extracurricular activities that he likes doing,
All I'm saying is, as a fan, I'm excited to watch him play because you don't know what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
You don't know if he's going to get in a fight. You don't know if he's going to get ejected.
Summer League. He already got into it with
Trae Young.
Yeah, with Trae Young. It wasn't that serious. It
really wasn't.
Trae Young's a little small, though. That's the thing, The guy, Grayson Allen, has him by like a good 30, 35 pounds. The dude just threw himself in front of Trae Young. Trae Young, basically flew. So, did he flop a little? Kind of, sort of, yeah. But, he has a reputation. So, anytime something like that happens, people are going to talk and people are going to bring it up and people are going to say, is he dirty? I don't think he's a dirty player, but what's your opinion, Rob?
Who, Grayson Allen?
Yeah, you think he's dirty?
I don't think he's a dirty player. I think Zaza's a dirty player. I think Draymond's a dirty player. I think Grayson Allen's just a gritty, scrappy player, and it might come off a little more than intentional. That's where we're going to...
So you don't apply that for Draymond? Because I haven't really seen Draymond do anything necessarily dirty.
Oh, he didn't kick anybody in the nuts? Have you seen? Have we not seen those highlights? Multiple more times than one?
Draymond has been doing that since his college days. So it's not like something new. Like he started doing it out of nowhere when he gets in the NBA. He flails. Great. This is what he does. He flails. When he shoots or something, he throws his legs out.
Oh, well, wow. He flails. Thank God. It's not anything serious.
I get that, but he's competitive. So you're saying that, in the competitive fire, he's used to doing this.
I don't mind him being competitive. I always said Draymond's real competitive. I got no problem with him being competitive. But I do got a problem with is him kicking people in the nuts. Like, I've seen the highlights myself.
Okay, Grayson. Have you seen the highlights of Grayson Allen in college?
Yes.
He tripped people. Like, it looked intentional multiple times.
Yes. We might say that, but I still feel like, obviously, I feel like, and hate to put it on age, but he was in college. He's still learning. Draymond is a pro. He's a champion already. I feel like he's gotten a lot better. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he hasn't gotten a lot better. All I'm saying is, if Draymond got that respect in the NBA, Grayson Allen should get the same. I just don't want to see anything dirty. I hate when players get injured. Zaza with Kawhi, can't stand that shit. I don't like when Steven Adams got kicked in the balls. Don't like that. I don't like when players get injured. If it's just going to be, hey, you hit me, I don't like that you hit me, that's what I like to see. I like to see grit. I like to see toughness. I like to see that scrappiness. That's just the way I like to see basketball get played. Just because it gives you an edge. You know if you're watching basketball or pay-per-view HBO, right? You don't know. All I'm saying is, it's Grayson Allen. I hope you play the way you play. Just play in a cleaner way where you can learn how to get away with it and don't injure anybody. But my next point is, we were just talking about Trae Young and the altercation he got in. Trae Young, number 5th pick in the overall draft, first round. Is he the next Steph Curry?
That's putting a lot on people's shoulders right there.
It's a big headline.
The next Steph Curry. Curry is probably the greatest shooter of all time.
Because that's what people are comparing him to. Let's be honest. He's shooting threes from way deep.
Well, here's the thing. Curry,
he has that smaller build Curry.
He's the first player that has come out since Curry got drafted who's played similar to what Curry does. That's the thing. So he's one of the first. He won't be the last though. Curry
started a new generation.
He's a trailblazer. He's starting off a path in the NBA that wasn't seen before, where threes are the most popular thing now and people just want to shoot. So Trae Young being the first guy coming into the league that plays very, very similar to Curry, I see why people compare him. Is he as talented as Curry? I don't think so. Is he a good shooter? Sure. Is he gonna be an all-time great shooter? I don't think so. I think he will never be as good as Ray Allen. He won't be good as Curry. He won't be as good as Thompson. I think he's gonna be a nice little like JJ Redick type of career, which is not bad. JJ Redick has had a solid NBA career.
Super long career.
You know, exactly, very solid.
Still
so,
in the,
you know,
still in the league.
He just signed a $20 million deal with Philly, so he's still getting paid. That's the career path I could see Trae Young having. But with more assists, because he's a better, facilitator, and he distributes he's a better playmaker.
Trae Young's better playmaker than Steph Curry?
No, than JJ Redick. I feel like Trae Young's gonna be like offensively a JJ Redick offensively, and then he's gonna dabble a little bit in the assist and give you some good assist totals out there. Maybe like a
5'7".
Yeah, I can see it happening. Definitely.
5'7".
I could definitely see it happening. Give you like a little Rubio type of thing going on over there.
I like Rubio. He's what people said about Curry though, and maybe you disagree. Curry was nobody when he first came into the season. Yeah, people had hey, he's Del Curry's son.
He was the number 9 pick at the draft, so he was.
That's great. Trae Young's the number 5.
He was a lottery pick though, Rob.
That's awesome, but all I'm saying is he wasn't blowing up like he is now.
He didn't play for Oklahoma. He played for Davidson, a way smaller college.
I'm talking about when he got into the pros.
Correct. When he got into the pros, though, he didn't have this hype because nobody knew who he was. He was playing for a small-time college, Davidson. He blew up in the NCAA tournament. This is when he got all that hype. But the kid he's been balling since day one at Davidson. He was a baller since day one. He just didn't have that hype because he was playing at Davidson.
Talking about when he got to the pro league.
Well, what about when he got to the pro?
Everyone's always talking about, it took Steph, it took Steph Curry 2-3 years to really develop into the player.
He was injured.
Right.
He got hurt with his ankles. This is the reason why Golden State was able to sign him to that, that long-term deal for a lower amount of money because they have the uncertainty of his injury, his ankles. He had bad ankles. He has chronic ankle problems.
Still does.
Correct. But since college, he's had bad ankles. So, that was the main concern with people. Is he going to hold up? A lot of people thought he was going to be this great shooter that he is, an all-time great shooter. Nobody thought that, but they knew he was going to be a good shooter. They thought he could score someone in the NBA, but is he going to hold up? And he has. It's the thing, and he's taken it to a next level. So he's become not good shooter, great shooter.
Great shooter.
And been able to hold up to it, and he's been able to add something defensively. People thought it was gonna be a problem. Is he the best defender? No, but he gives you steals. He's always playing the passing lanes. I like the way he plays.
Plays smart basketball.
And he distributes a little somewhat. Is he the ultimate playmaker? No, Draymond's probably the best playmaker on that team when it comes to facilitating.
For sure.
But he could do a few things. It's not like he's a total nobody out there when it comes to passing the ball, but his main thing is scoring. He's one of the best scorers in the league, and I feel like he surpassed, like you said, a lot wasn't expected from him, and he surpassed it. But
right, so that's why
the kid always had talent.
100%.
The kid was. The only thing is,
and he has a background in it.
Exactly. The only thing is, he played for Davidson. Trae Young played for Oklahoma, a big school,
Much more attention,
exactly.
Much more scouts.
That's
I get that.
Reason,
but what I'm saying is, people did not expect Steph Curry to be the best shooter. People are talking to him now. He's the best shooter in the NBA. The argument is almost
he's the best shooter of all time.
That's what I'm saying.
NBA,
yeah, all time.
Look at the numbers. He could retire right now. And even though he hasn't passed Ray Allen yet for all-time 3-pointers, he's the best shooter of all time.
But Ray Allen had X amount of years on him. But what I'm saying is,
and he's almost there. He's already top 5 in the league. I believe.
He's ridiculous. So what I'm saying is, people weren't expecting him to be what he is now, like you say.
A superstar, no.
So
absolutely no. But
so now, could you possibly see that with Trae Young, where he does more than you expect? Obviously, everyone has, their own growth rate. Is he a first-year player? Is he a second-year player? When do you see him being at his peak?
Year 4.
Year 4?
Year 4 in the league. I see him, already having enough years under experience where he could, knows what he has to do, knows the league, knows how people are gonna play him. Here's the thing. Trae Young, he stepped into the college scene, took it by storm, was balling out, double figures almost, every game that he started playing, was leading the league in the NCAA in assists and in scoring for a good part of the year. But then people started adjusting. Teams made adjustment.
Right.
And you slowly start. And
that's college.
Huh?
And that's
college, exactly. And you slowly started seeing him struggle more, not being able to shoot as much, forcing up shots, getting more turnovers, and his team started losing a lot.
I remember that game he had like 40.
His team started losing
they still lost.
His team started losing a lot. So that shows you that, and that's the college game. As you can see, Colin Sexton took Alabama, who is known not known. It's known to be a football school. Never were they ever known to be a basketball school. Yes, they hired Avery Johnson as their head coach now. You know, he took the Mavericks to the finals that year against us in 06. But they're a football school, first and foremost. Football school. He took them to the NCAA championship. To the NCAA tournament. Trae Young could have do that. Well, he did, but there should have been a lot higher seed than what they got. I mean, the expectations after he started blowing up the way he was
a little high.
Too high.
Yeah.
They were insane.
These scouts, these reporters.
Scouts. This is nowadays social media and everything going on. People,
and scouts and whoever's behind the scenes on these, I guess, analytics. I mean, they blow up these players. Some players can handle it. Some players fold. All I know is this year's draft was great, but in your opinion, Jose,
one of the deepest drafts.
One of the deepest drafts. Yeah. People talk about this draft compared to the 03 draft, Dwayne Wade, LeBron, Carmelo. So that's my next question. How does this year's draft stack up against other years' drafts?
Well, I mean, it's a matter of time. We got to see. You know, like the 03 has been 15 years now since they all been in the league. So we got to see time. There's
3+ champs.
There's multiple
champs,
Hall of Famers.
Hall of Famers.
Bosh, Wade, Melo,
Ron.
Exactly. That's 4 Hall of Famers right there alone.
Melo needs a ring.
Wait, Melo's gonna be a Hall of Famer?
Melo's definitely a Hall of Famer.
I say so.
First of all, the NBA Hall of Fame is not difficult to make it. To be quite honest, it's not. It's not like the baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So it's not very. I mean, Yao Ming made the Hall of Fame. Just so you know. Yeah, but he ain't have that long of an NBA career.
He had a long ass
leg,
and long
a lot of barriers. A lot of barriers for Chinese players to be able to come into the league. Yes, but it's not like Yao Ming was his.
Shout out to the Asian community out there.
You already know we got you, boy. Shohei, my nigga. But yeah, straight up, Yao Ming, he was a baller. Don't get me wrong, but his NBA career was cut short due to the fact that he also every summer had to go play over in China. So that probably cut it short even longer in the NBA. But he's in the Hall of Fame, and he didn't have that long of a career. That's what I'm. So the NBA Hall of Fame is not difficult to crack, and I feel like Melo has done enough. He's been such a high volume scorer
for so long
that he definitely deserves to be a Hall of Famer. And if he wins the ring, for sure, he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
So here's my next question. We're talking about Melo, and I want you to hear my question correctly. I don't want you to answer it in a fan base way. Where does Melo fit in best? I'm not saying where is Melo gonna get more points, because that'd be Miami, right? Shout out Miami. All I'm saying is, where does Melo fit in best? What team does he fit in best? Is he gonna be a role player? Is he gonna be a scorer? What does he do, and what team's that in?
So at this stage of his career, what is Carmelo Anthony? What do you think? Thanks, Steve. Besides old, he's not that old. You guys making it sound like he's
not that old. Put it this way, he's just as old as Wade and LeBron, pretty much.
Definitely. But what do you consider him to be right now at this stage of his career?
Me?
Yes. What does he do best?
Score.
Exactly. So his best fit is to the team that's going to give him the ball and be like, all right, Melo, maybe it's the second team. Here's the thing. Melo has so much pride that he probably just doesn't want to come off the bench.
No, he doesn't. He said it before with OKC. But I just feel like eventually it has to,
eventually he has to follow his pride, and he's going to have to be But here's the thing. He wants to score. He likes being a volume scorer. He likes being the go-to scorer. I feel like the only way you'll be able to do that is with the number 2 offense, the second team offense. So if you come off the bench, that allows you to be that go-to scorer with the second team after all the starters.
That's what I've been trying to say.
So if that's the case, if he's cool with coming off the bench, his best fit would be Houston.
100%. He needs to go to Houston. He needs to swallow his pride.
If he wants to start and still be a starter in this league, which I think he's still capable of doing, I feel like if he starts, he's going to put up better numbers than what he did last year in OKC, which I don't think he was too comfortable with, just for the fact that he was the third option. I feel like if he wants to be a starter and he wants to have success in the NBA for another 2 years, he should come to Miami. And I know you think I'm just being a fanboy right now, but it's just we're the best fit when it comes to him being able to take us to the next step. Just for the fact that what we're lacking, in my opinion, the Miami Heat are lacking is scoring.
Yeah, a go-to person who could just create
and
score.
I mean, is Melo already that person who could still create for himself like that? Maybe not.
Maybe not.
But we got Dragic, who's one of the most explosive point guards in the league at as far as driving, you know, playing at a fast pace.
New All-Star.
You know, so I feel like we know with some, and you got Waiter still, even though we're trying to trade him.
Is if Wade could recruit Carmelo.
I mean, they're already boys.
Wade hasn't even signed with us yet. So Wade's not even on the team yet.
Yeah.
We still got to re-sign Wade.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we re-sign Melo, we won't be able to sign Wade. You get me? Because Wade wants to get the mid-level exception. He said he's not playing for the minimum. Unless Melo's going to play for the minimum, since he's going to get bought out from OKC and he's going to have all that money already. If he plays for the minimum and he wants to be a starter, then Miami is the place to be, bro. Miami is the place to be because you're going to be starting. You're going to be our go-to scorer. You don't got to play as much D. And all you got to do is rebound and score. And Melo could do that. That's one thing Melo could do. He could still rebound and he could still score. So, like, yeah, you know,
this is what I think about Melo. I think he's like such a good, he's such a big guy in the post. Like when I see him post up guys, he literally backs him down. Here's my biggest issue with Melo, and I've said this before, and people relate this to how he used to play defense and then offense and whatnot. He doesn't move without the ball, and if he does, he's looking for a shot, or guess what? He's looking to get an isolation play, which we've seen how that works. He's looking to create. And that's cool. That's his type of style. So I think he needs to move without the ball more. I think he needs to play team ball. If he wants to score, he can score, cut, move,
remember
pick and pop. Every time he gets the ball, it's 3-second delay before he decides on what he wants to do. At that point, he slows the game down so much that it's predictable or it looks forced. We all know Melo has it, but here's what I think. Melo has talent. He just needs to put some more work into that.
He's been in the league 15 years.
So has LeBron.
Here's the thing. Remember a player that we got a couple of years ago, the Miami Heat, for our playoff run, by the name of ISO Joe?
Yes.
The name alone tells you everything. ISO Joe.
Right.
ISO is the isolation play, meaning, okay. So ISO Joe was known because that's what he was.
That's what he does.
And isolation, Joe Johnson.
Yeah.
He was, he would take you, like clear out, and I'm going to do work, take you off the dribble or pull up on you or whatever. Did he not play a very good role for us for the Heat that year, scoring for us? There was not
enough for us to resign him.
There wasn't enough. No, he's already old. He was over the hill.
So is Melo.
Melo has way more in the tank than Joe Johnson right now, to be quite honest.
100%.
Way more in the tank. So if Joe Johnson was a good fit for us, being an isolation player, being a player that doesn't move well off the ball, and we were able to get him to do that, I feel like with our coaching staff and the way we train, by the way, that he are one of the, they're known for being one of the toughest team out there when it comes to training.
Lowest body fat out there.
What you said?
Lowest body fat out there.
Exactly. We they don't like having players over 5% body fat.
100%.
I feel like the Heat will be able to mold Melo into being more of a, player moving off the ball type of thing.
And that's the idea. That's what I'm trying to get at. If he can move, this would be crazy. If he can move without the ball, play a little more defense, and just pull off some rebounds, he'll be all-star caliber again. I mean, he's still considered an all-star, but he'll be back to where not back to where he used to be because he's not jamming on people like that anymore. But he'll be back.
But that's my
to
point.
A really good point in his life. And if it is true what you say, if he can get him to commit, I don't know. That's my question. Does Melo have? He has a lot of pride. Is he the type to come in and be like, "All right, teach me what to do," or is he the type to come in and be like, "No, I've been doing this for so long. You can't tell me what to do."
Well, this is why before you sign him, you sit down, you talk expectations. Like, Melo, this is what we expect from you. What do you expect from us? If you guys don't agree on that, then obviously you don't sign there. But before pen is on paper, you gotta need to discuss his role and how you guys see him fitting in with the team. So, I mean, like I said, we don't need Melo to play defense. You brought up defense. We don't need Melo to play defense. We got great defenders on our team already.
I don't need him. I don't need defense. I mean, obviously, you need defense from everybody, but
Magruder.
Right.
We got defense. We got somebody. Melo just needs to go out there and score for us. Because as you saw, we ain't have people to just take us over the hump. We'll be in there. We'll be leading. And you saw how people will come back on us because we ain't have somebody to, keep up with scoring with them. It'll be sort of nice what Jargos will be on. And, he'll lead us to a win or stuff like that. But, we need somebody consistently who could also rain down the threes on a consistent basis. We re-signed Ellington, which is a great thing.
Great move.
The man with the golden arm. We needed him. But Melo is...
That guy got a quick trigger.
That guy's great, bro. Let's be quite honest.
Sometimes I look at his shots, I'm like, why did you put that? Oh, let's go!
No. Yeah. You don't question shooters no more. You don't question shooters. If they feel it, you let them shoot.
Going like that.
Yeah, you don't question shooters. Sometimes it looks ridiculous, the shots they're putting up, but, they're a professional, and especially anything that's his role for a reason. This is what he's his best skill is just to be a straight up shooter. So you expect him to be able to hit those crazy shots like that. But yeah, back to Melo. If Melo, like I said, if he's willing to play off the bench, I feel like Houston would be the best chance for him to win a ring, and the best way for him to show off his skill set on a second team. If he still wants to be a starter, I feel like Miami would be the best way to do it. If we're able to make it happen, because obviously I'd rather have Wade than Melo. And even though Melo may be the better player right now, Wade brings a lot more sentimental value to me than Melo would ever do. So like, if I had
Wade County down here, just so
all
you know,
day,
Melo.
every day.
We'll take you, Melo.
Wade County. I like you,
But
Melo, but I cannot pick you over Wade.
T-Wade, if you're listening, shout me out. My number's 30. No, I'm just messing with you. So look,
Platinum29. Follow me on Instagram.
So he real quick question: yes or no? Don't think about it too much. Does Melo get a ring in his career? Yes or no?
No.
Yes.
Yes. That was the answer. All right, let's hop on to the next thing. FIFA World Cup. France wins the World Cup. They beat Croatia to advance. To get that done, score was 4-2. I was watching the game live. It was 2-1. Before you know it, France makes 2 goals within like 3 minutes. If you don't watch soccer as much, or if you do watch soccer as much, soccer is a low-scoring game. For the game to go 4-2 in the World Cup Finals, as a fan, you love it. What was your take on the World Cup final, Jose? Do you feel like
I saw the highlights.
I'm gonna let my boy Steve take over on this one because your boy don't know soccer. Sorry, guys.
All right, hop on the headphones, bro. All right, cool. I saw the.
Why does he have a bag on?
So I don't forget it, Robert. We've been through this.
This is our grown man Jose right here, making sure he gets that bag to the house. Bro, looks like he got a man purse, a little satchel bag.
All right, go check out the video too. Soccer wise, what I did see in the highlights that I think it was 1-1, and all of a sudden everything changed when the dude touched the ball with his hand, and it ended up being a penalty kick. And then from there, that's when they ended up scoring like two more goals.
Good question, guys. Wasn't there like a self-goal? I heard something about somebody, the same team scoring a self-goal.
I didn't see a self-goal, but that happens in soccer all the time. So
yeah. No, the biggest. Oh no! The dude came out. The goalie came out with the ball and he was gonna pass it to his teammate. The motherfuckers from France came, shot that. It was France. I don't even fucking know.
That's my point exactly, though. Like, if you're a professional, biggest stage of the world right now, the World Cup. How can you be such a dumbass and pull a J.R. Smith move? That's a J.R. Smith move, right? Like, shout out J.R. Smith. You're still an idiot.
They drug test him.
But yeah, I guess we'll be waiting on until 2022. That's when the next fucking World Cup comes.
Yes or no question, Steve. Just a yes or no question. Don't overthink it. Don't overhype it. Some people say it's in every sport, but let's just be honest. Was the World Cup rigged? Just so you know, we're from South Florida. We got the Hispanic power. Que lo que hay. So, all the Hispanics got kicked out. You know what I'm saying? We were pretty upset. At one point, we had Uruguay jerseys on. We didn't give a shit about them.
Colombian jerseys.
We were rocking something that meant
hella
we speak Spanish.
I think that's like always like a Spanish thing, bro. Everybody just
was it rigged or not?
No. But I think that the repercussions that everybody's fucking after that hurricane tried to hit down Florida, that's what we got. It was payback.
Payback for what?
Payback for everybody damn cutting chickens' heads off in damn Miami and Hialeah and stuff. That's why.
Look, we made it out the hurricane. World Cup will take the next 4 years. Let's hop back into the next subject. And this is where Jose talks about the next subject. Let's do that. The boy's ready. He got notes and he got a man bag.
Y'all missed me. I'm here. What up?
No one missed you.
Hey, nigga, come on. A nigga could dream. Damn.
The
Japanese
fans missed it.
Yeah, exactly. I have a nice following in Japan, Rob, and I need you to acknowledge that, okay? Shohei Ohtani is doing it for me right now.
What's up, guys? What's up? We're doing all right.
But yeah, Shohei Ohtani, bro. And this is for, the people in Japan out there. Is he the most intriguing player in baseball? He could pitch. He could hit. Not only can he hit, he could hit the ball a mile away.
Rips him.
Hitting shots over 400 feet consistently. Has one of the higher exit velocity in the MLB. Period.
After Tommy John surgery, just to kind of throw it in there.
Well, he hasn't had Tommy John surgery yet.
Oh, he hasn't had. Okay.
You know, he's probably gonna need Tommy John surgery in the next 2-3 years. The Angels are trying to figure out if they could hold it off a little longer. You know, because it makes sense for them to be able to not do it necessarily this year. Obviously, the quicker the better for a lot of teams, because you know you get them back quicker. But here's the thing. Let's say the Angels could hold him off from having Tommy John for the next 2 years, and he holds up somewhat. And then on year 3, right before year 3, so next year, you know, towards the end of the year, elbow goes out, has Tommy John. He's gonna lose all of year 3. Guess what? Now the arbitration, which is when you start making more money in baseball. Now you have like, oh, but he was injured for that 3rd year. He shouldn't be making as much money as he should before. So that's one, you know, I feel like they're playing a little bit. That's why he hasn't had Tommy John. And they also want to keep him in the lineup.
Because he's ripping.
Once he has a surgery, he won't be able to, be able to play. My next question for you is him hitting like that, is it going to affect his elbow? Is it going to make the ligament give up on it? I know people say it's not the same stress on the elbow swinging as it is pitching. But there's no denying the guy's hurt right now. He has something going on with his elbow. I don't think swinging the bat's going to make it any better, to be quite honest. So does the risk outweigh the reward, or does the reward outweigh the risk? I mean, in the sense that, you know, having him in the lineup is, you know, a lot better for your team, especially the Angels trying to make a playoff run, than him resting and, you know, rehabbing or going and having Tommy John already off rip.
In my opinion, I'd keep playing him for a little longer. Obviously, I would have to speak with him on a one-on-one basis, see what his level of discomfort is. But Ohtani's been slamming him, and I like to see a player like that come from overseas, you know, and just come here and crush it.
No, definitely.
But
definitely.
maybe you know, just like in the business aspect, like you said, and all these sports are businesses. So at the end of the day, you're gonna milk the player, you're gonna pay him for,
well, here's
and then
my
if he's
thing.
gonna get a surgery, his price range goes down. Now you pay him less the season after.
Absolutely.
If you
But if I'm Shohei Ohtani, why wouldn't I not just go ahead and have my surgery right away so I could be ready to make the big bucks later on in the future? Because, like you said, I don't know if you knew, this guy had a list of the goals he wanted to accomplish. You know, a lot of these, you know, Japanese people are very, very disciplined, and, you know, they build a list.
Right.
You know, so he had a list of what he wanted to accomplish. The guy wants to win an MVP. He wants to have multiple Cy Youngs. I mean, if you want to accomplish
he wants
that
a long
list,
career.
exactly. Yeah, he wants a great career. He wants to be one of the best of all time, the greatest of all time, which I love the ambition, you know. And the guy does have the talent to get up there.
He can do both.
But if you want to do all that, wouldn't it be better for you to take this little injury kink out of the way as soon as possible than, you know, later on in your career, where your body may not recover as well? You're older, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's just a possibility.
No, I can see that.
You know, so I mean, as a player, I get what the team wants to do. You know, you want to milk the player for as much as you can, whenever you can. But as a player, I got to take care of myself before, because, you know, like you said, it is a business. And if I'm hurt, this team is not going to pay me. Even though they got me right now, if I'm hurt, they're not going to pay me later on in the future.
I mean,
so why not take care of yourself right away so you can come back next year stronger and better and, you know, ready to pitch and ready to hit?
right. I mean, at that point, it comes down to the player, the management team, and the agent. What are we gonna find out to do? How are we gonna better ourselves to make more money in the future? How are we gonna better ourselves to extend your career playing baseball? How are we gonna better ourselves to make sure we have a career in baseball? I mean, there's a lot of things that go in with between it. You also gotta remember, as a major league player, that means you've played this sport until you've gotten to that point. I mean, the love for the game is just probably unreal. Sitting out, you know, there's players who get mad at themselves for getting surgery a little earlier. You know, they second think it.
Most definitely.
You know, so sometimes
you're
you're going against yourself rather than management team or your agents or whatever.
But like you said, that's when your agents and the medical staff
Should come and
they
talk
gotta
to
sit
you.
you down. Like,
Listen, I know you're a competitive fighter. It's through the roof right now, and you want to be out there battling with the guys. But the best thing for you right now is to rest up and heal and rehab.
you know, sometimes, you know, that's the best course of action when it comes to this. I'm not necessarily saying it's the best course of action in this case, because the guy could still hit, and he's hit home runs with the injury, and maybe like you said, and here's the thing, he could hit and he runs too. It's not like he's a slow guy out there. He's run. He's a tall guy too. The guy's like 6'4". I mean,
yeah, he's big.
He's a specimen. I'm not gonna lie. He's a specimen, and I like it. I'm very happy, and I feel like he's creating somewhat of a path, like you say Curry did in the NBA, where Curry's transcending the NBA into a 3-point shooting league. I feel like now with Shohei,
we were talking about that. Yeah.
now with Shohei having a lot more, you know, having success,
Other pitchers, my bad.
pitching and hitting, you're gonna see a lot more players doing both. And the Rays drafted up. They have 2 players right now in their minor league system that are doing both. You know, so you're seeing the trend already start. And I feel like 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, you're going to see multiple players who could do both. And it's just going to make the game that much better. So that's one thing that Shohei has made me very happy about. The game of baseball expanding to broader ways and better ways. And I feel like it's going to make it a lot more popular for a lot more people. Because now I guess, you know, people that are multi-sport athletes, let's say they were a quarterback and play baseball as well. A lot of people, you know, maybe they had the love for football a little more because they could throw a little more, you know. And, you know, I want to throw the ball, coach. I want to do all that. Now it's like, okay, you have a solid arm. Let's pitch, and you could hit too. And then see, and if you get better at either or, we'll stick to one. If not, if you're good at both, you can still do both.
Well, Tony, we appreciate you for doing what you do.
You're the man.
You're starting to start something in there.
Exactly.
In the Major League Baseball community.
We always need trailblazers, and
something
you definitely
new,
will be one.
Yes, we're calling you now. From right now, that you're gonna be that guy. You're gonna be the Steph Curry, the centers who shoot now. You're gonna make those impacts in the game. Mind you, remember we had that move with the quarterbacks. Quarterbacks never ran before. It was just a throw.
Michael Vick came into the league.
Michael Vick came into the league, and guess
Boom.
what? Juking and running, and
Yeah,
that was also
you saw.
doable now.
That's one of the main reasons our G3 was paid.
Was pick number 2. Because he is a very agile quarterback. Andrew Luck's not the most agile guy.
No, but Luck can move out there. Don't get me
Luck
wrong.
can move up, but his strength is throwing. But now you ask yourself that. You're great at throwing, but what else do you offer the team? Right? Football, now you're going to add that to baseball.
Shohei offers a lot to that team because he should run, he could pitch, and he could hit. And he's showing that he could do everything at a very, very special, in a very, very special way.
Yeah.
And he's a very special talent.
All right, Jose. So in every year, in every sport, you have your all-star snubs. People who don't make it to the all-star game based off of voting or choices someone made. In this season, this year, who's your MLB all-star snubs, your biggest snubs, and why?
Well, the main one, even though he's on the team now as a replacement, but the main number one would have been Blake Snell of Tampa Bay. The dude is top 3 in almost every major category when it comes to pitching in the AL. He's definitely on par to be one of the, you know, in the conversation for the Cy Young, even though Tampa Bay ain't having the success that Houston is. Verlander probably has that award wrapped in the bag right now, but he's in the conversation, and that alone is a big deal. He made as a replacement on the squad, so he's in there now. But you still got players like Anderson Simmons from the shortstop for the Angels, who's hitting over 300, one of the hardest guys to strike out in the league, period. And he did not make the team. Now, shortstop is one of the deepest positions out there when it comes to the All-Star game. But you got a rookie like Gleyber Torres from the Yankees who made it. He's hurt right now. He had to get replaced because he was hurt right now. I mean, the guy, yes, he took the league by storm when he first came up, but he slowed down a little bit. Salvador Perez from the Royals. I know he's a known name, but the guy's hitting like 240 right now. Yes, catchers are not known to be offensively inclined like that, but I feel like you expect more. Evan Goddard, even though he's not playing catcher right now for the Astros, he's DH anymore, but he's eligible to cash in fantasy leagues. I feel like he deserved to be on the All-Star game, to be quite honest. So the third guy that got snubbed over here, and I feel he should have been the player rep for the Detroit Tigers instead of Joe Jimenez. Even though Joe Jimenez had a solid year as a reliever, it's Nick Castellanos. Nick Castellanos has been the leader for that lineup since day one of the season, you know, leading the team in home runs, leading the team in RBIs. He should definitely be on the All-Star team representing the Tigers. Do the Tigers have a lot of All-Stars? No, because they suck, so they only got one, but it should have been Nick Castellanos over Joe Jimenez. It happens, though. My next thing with the players. I feel like the players, and this is a lot of people used to complain about, you know, fans not picking players correctly. You know, picking with their emotions over the stats. I feel like the MLB players do the same exact thing. You know, Joe Jimenez was the one picked by the players instead of Nick Castellanos. That's one of the snubs. They picked George Springer. I know, defending champs, Houston Astros. He's a center fielder for them, but he's scuffling right now. He's not having the best year. And you got a lot of players out there who's having hell of years, like Michael Brantley from the Cleveland Indians. It's another snub. I know he's been hurt for a few years, but he's been healthy this year and he's producing. So, you know, I feel like the players somewhat rely more on team success than what the players are actually putting up, what kind of stats they're actually putting up. So I feel like, you know, as much grief as we gave fans out there for their voting, I feel like the players should receive a lot of that grief as well because they're not doing the job they were supposed to be doing.
No, that makes sense, honestly. Yeah, like I said, snubs happen in every sport every year. It's who's the biggest snub? Why did they get snubbed? But the main question I'm really gonna ask is right now, Jose, is what type of cigar is this, and when are we gonna smoke this?
Listen, I got one more subject for you, and then we end this podcast. Yeah, it's the last. It's the last subject. That's it.
Go get it. Run through quick. Run through quick.
All right, bro.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's the one. It's a big thing. He's a South Florida guy too.
Yeah.
Hialeah guy.
Run through Manny.
Hey, with the South Florida.
Exactly.
Gus Machado
So
Ford.
Rob, one of our boys here, I played against this guy when he was in high school, even though he was a year ahead of me. Absolute stud. I mean, man amongst boys. The man was an absolute stud. Manny Machado from Hialeah, la ciudad de progreso. Que lo que. Si tú pasas por mi casa y tú ves a mi mujer. Tú le dices que estoy en Hialeah, me va de factoría por culpa de Fidel. But no, yeah, definitely Hialeah guy, local guy, bro. Absolute stud since day one. He was considered the next A-Rod, and he's living up to that hype. He is about to get traded because he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. And the team he's currently on, the Baltimore Orioles, they suck. They're horrendous. They run horribly. They suck. Sorry, guys, I'm a Red Sox fan, so they suck. Division rivals. It hurt me all this year seeing Manny play for them. But he's gonna finally be released from the.
And now what? He's gonna go to your nemesis?
That's a possibility. It's a possibility that he could end up with the Yankees.
He wants to go there.
It will hurt my soul. It will. Okay, but he's Dominican.
You playing. He's Dominican.
He's
so
Dominican.
You go out to New York or you go Boston.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
New York, Rican,
Exactly. You're gonna have a very strong following over there of your local people from your homeland rooting for you, as since there's a lot of Dominicans over there in New York.
Plus, you played with such a shitty team for so long. Wouldn't you want to? Hey, I want to contend.
Absolutely. But the Yankees are the Yankees. And they suck.
How happy would it be if he went to the Red Sox?
I would be ecstatic, Robert. Here's the thing, though, about that. If he goes to the Red Sox, we're going to have to pay him. And right now, we have a starter third baseman by the name of Rafael Devers, 21-year-old, who is still he's not playing to the level he should. But once again, 21 years old. If the guy gets there, and I love Manny, and Manny is absolute stud. I would take him on my team all day, every day. He's gonna block the path for Rafael Devers. Where will Devers play? That's my thing, and I'm a big Devers fan. I feel like Devers is gonna become a 40 homer guy in the hit 280, become a 40 homer guy. Drive you in 125 runs. So that's my main concern with having Manny Machado. If I'm the Red Sox, I'm just in the conversation to block him from going to the Yankees. There's rumors out there that it's between the Phillies, Dodgers, Brewers, and the Yankees being fourth, and then the Indians being fifth. They're saying that more than likely the Dodgers are number one. I wouldn't be mad about that, to be quite honest. If I'm Manny, I go out to LA, enjoy LA for the last 4 months of the season. Hit as much as I can, go get paid. Maybe go and dip a few some of my toes into some supermodels. Even though he's married, forget I said that.
You dipping toes?
We gotta add that out of there. By the way,
you dipping toes?
He's married. I forgot he was married. Manny Machado.
Listen. No disrespect to Manny's wife and Manny. We all fucking know, man. You fucking Manny Machado, right?
You a stud,
You do what the fuck you want to do. Just saying. You do what the fuck you want to do.
But no. He's a respectful guy, I know. And we Dominicans, we do not cheat, bro. We are very faithful. And there's this misconception out there that we are mujeriego. Eso es mentira. Yo trabajo y me voy para mi casa, para mi mujer y ya. Eso es mentira. Los dominicanos somos fiel hasta el final, coño. ¿Oíste? Déjame los dominicanos tranquilos ya, coño. But yeah, man. He's about to get traded. I'm very excited to see where he gets traded. If he gets traded to the Yankees, you will see me be very heartbroken. I'll probably talk a little bit of shit. Don't take it personal. It's just I'm gonna be heartbroken. The Yankees, they got my boy Stanton over there now. I mean,
they've taken everything from us.
Yes, especially from me. I'm still mad about 03. Aaron fucking Boone hitting that walk-off homer off Tim Wakefield. I mean, amazing moment, but damn it, couldn't it have gone against somebody else, now the Red Sox? But,
All right, so let's do this. Let's wrap up the podcast today because we've covered a lot about the sports world, MLB snubs, Summer League, Carmelo, a lot of things. Guys,
Shohei Ohtani.
Hey, shout out Japan. So We're going to be posting up another Prelude soon. Talk about what we're going to talk about on the next podcast. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting. Like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Check this guy up on Tinder. I mean, everything that you can imagine. Check us out on there. I'm just messing. He's not on Tinder. He's faithful Dominican. Regardless, check us out on all the social media platforms. 29. Comment and subscribe. And tune in next week. Oh, tune in next week. It's your boy Rob.
Your boy Zay. Tuning out. Come plátano. Come plátano.